top 10 spring designer for men, top 10 fragrances for life for men, fragrance that may drive me crazy on men, wishlist for men, best office scent for men. Okay, it's time to talk about ladies now. Bonjour fragrance lovers, welcome back to my sofa. In today's video we've been talking a lot about men's. You know how much I love men's fragrance in general and fragrance in general, to be honest, but I really wanted to focus that video on ladies because I've done my top 10 sexiest scent for ladies a few months ago now. For men, few months ago now. I wanted to do the ladies one because I want you to have the choice. So of course there's a lot of unisex scent that I gave in the first one, so ladies, I invite you to go to the first list as well because there's so much that I'm wearing. Personally, all the scent that I said in the men's one, I'm wearing them, so I will recommend to have a look as well to have more selection. There's just going to be one that's going to be common from the two because I couldn't not avoid it for this list, but this is going to be a bit more feminine, that's for sure, for this one. So let's start. The first one I wanted to talk about today is Santal Carmin from Atelier Cologne. This is a little travel size in his leather case like this, so you can personalize the leather case. And personally I wore Bunny, which is my nickname here, which is really cute. So yeah, so I chose Santal Carmin because for me it's a very sexy and sensual veil for the body. It smells a lot like saffron, and saffron always like that touch of sugariness, sweetness, without being fluffy, without being like this. It's just like a little touch. It smells extremely, for me, luxurious type of sweetness. And I'm a massive fan of sandalwood because sandalwood is a very like pencil like wood that also smells quite creamy, and I love it. And in this one you have of course a creamy sandalwood, but you can still smell the sharpness of it, which I think is beautiful. And the opening is with a lot of lime, I think, and bergamot, so it's slightly greener and uplifting. So it still quite uplifting, even though it's very cozy and sensual. It's definitely a skin scent, so it will stick on your skin, but it won't be like extremely projecting. It's meant to be like a skin set, I think, and I think it's really sensual. And for me it's really elegant to have something sometimes not overpowering but really stays on the skin like a veil. It's, if you like kind of like that Baccarat Rouge from Francis Coeur d'Ijan, you might enjoy this. It's not the same, of course, like, I mean, you go for something more caramelized, sugary, sweet for Francis. This one is a bit more discreet, like a veil, sensual, but it's definitely in the same family and same vibe. It's not extreme, it's soft, but it's that sexiness that will still stay distinctive, I think. Second, good advice, never take the fragrance by the cap. The second one is something I've seen a lot in top 10 sexiest fragrance, and I have to say I've been influenced, and it's not often for this one because I bought it after Jeremy Fragrance reviews. He loved this fragrance and I was like, usually it's not usually my taste because it's a bit like not very unique, but for certain occasion I think it's very sexy, and it's Viva la Juicy Gold Couture. First of all, I do really enjoy the bottle. I like the fluffy bow like this, very feminine, and I like golden ornaments, make like, you know, I like anything that is golden, obviously. For me, for this one, we go to a sexiness that is much more trendy, bling bling, I would say. You know, the first one was a bit more elegant, distinctive. This one, it's a bit like the girl that is very in style and want to have something a bit more girly, and she's very trendy, she's very she's a bit precious. This one is beautiful. It's really for me like a bomb of caramel and vanilla. If you like that kind of sweetness and you want to feel that you're eating a cake and this sensation of something very yummy, you're gonna adore this one. I found that the longevity was pretty good, but not enough to my taste, even though it's great. So I usually mix it with oud oil. I will give a video to show you my favorite oud oil, but yeah, there's a lot I want to talk about. But yeah, I usually roll a little bit of oil and spray that on top, and it's just divine. And I think if you want something like an intoxicating yumminess, you will go for this one. It's really like a cloud of vanilla for me. So if you want a typical gourmand scent to make you feel sexy on a day that you're a bit like more bling bling, this is great. The next one I wanted to talk about is Yves Saint Laurent Manifesto, but this one is the Elixir. And the Elixir is definitely my favorite. You've got the Eau de Parfum that is much more uplifting and that got that brightness. This one is, like it said, a l'Elixir. So it's like a pure absolute of what makes what is the trail of the Eau de Parfum. So you've got a lot of vanilla, but compared to the Vive la Juicy Gold Couture, it's much more like a refined vanilla for me, and it's a bit more like a cashmere vanilla, quite powdery, a bomb of powderiness, but it feels really edgy, a bit artsy, a lot of charisma. What I like with that is got much more depth and darkness than the other one I talked to you through. Like it's really something very dark, extremely opulent. I have to say, projection is this one is like really intoxicating, like really, like it's scary how it is. So I highly recommend to you to spray a little bit. You don't need a lot for this one. It's really like a pure parfum. It's very sultry with warm tones, and also you got that heliotrope that gives a slight greenness at the top, which is quite nice, and it feels like really like a confident vibe. And for me, it gave me a vibe that is very mysterious, and that's because it's quite like, I would say, musky powdery, so it gives like a blurry, I would say, fragrance. That's why it's so mysterious. So that's the provocative, mysterious vibe in this one. Number 4, Vivienne Westwood Boudoir. If you are in this channel, you might know that I'm a massive fan of anything that is vintage, and I can't do a top list without a vintage. There's absolutely no way. So this is the fragrance. First of all, I have to say I love the design of Vivienne Westwood. I think it's so beautiful, but this is very special. If you don't like anything aldehydic, means quite fizzy, soapy, like we used to have before in the 20th century, you're not gonna like this one. It's very special. You need to enjoy very, I would say, vintage scent, definitely, because this so if I translate boudoir, I don't know if you know, but this is a room that is supposed to be very intimate, and it's usually next to a bedroom in a castle, for example, and this is where naughty things happen. Or just the lady gets ready. This is really what it smells like. It smells a bit more animalic than the other one. So you've got all this brightness, fizzy champagne like with the aldehydes, and you get a sexiness that smells a bit like dirty flowers, like, you know, this kind of vibe where it's got that slightly dirtiness. But for me, it also have a lot of like sunny vibe, like you've got marigold flowers and they give like a very sunny radiance. For me, definitely more animalic, definitely more bitterness to this fragrance as well. And the flower that you can really smell is carnation, which is very distinctive for vintage vintage fragrance, because they smell ultra opulent, ultra green, ultra everything. And it's not a flower that we use in modern fragrance fragrance normally nowadays. It's not really on trend, so it's quite old-fashioned. But I think for a lady that is quite mature and she wants something very typically elegant, distinctive and very unique, for me it's perfect. More than sensual vibe. Next one, my next fragrance is Lady Vengeance by Juliette Azogun. I think this one is definitely the most bright, provocating fragrance, definitely for a lady that is not shy at all. You've got two different types of rose, Moroccan and Bulgarian. Yes, rose. So it's infused with rose, but usually I'm not very a rosy person, but in this one, when it's nicely balanced, it's really nice. The thing that's really changed the most in this fragrance is the Iso E Super. This is a molecule that smells like a dry cedar, a dry wood, a bit more sharp, lemon-like, and sometimes can smell a bit more warmer, but quite sometimes it's something that won't add any richness to a fragrance, but will take all the ingredients and brighten them up, uplift all of them. And that's why it's super nice, this fragrance, because it's quite dark, but it's definitely lighting up with this molecule, and I think it's really genius. And Juliette Azogun for that got a really nice balance between I would say molecules and natural, and that's really what it gives, like, for me, a modern fragrance. It's bright, it's radiant, it's slightly earthy as well with some patchouli, but it stays really elegant and ultra sexy in a bright version. I think if you want to look sexy, you don't have to have a cupcake, always smell always like a cupcake or very yummy. You can smell a bit more bright and uplifting, and this one you will find this darkness mixed with this brightness, which I think is a really nice contrast. The Allure Sensuelle by Chanel. So I've used a lot of this one. So Allure Sensuelle is something that I personally really enjoy. If you liked the fragrance of the 90s, name says it all, is a very spicy, sweet sensuality, and the spice is given by the pink pepper, and the pink pepper is really nice to brighten up the fragrance as well, make it a bit yummy, and I think that's something that Chanel does really nice when they use like spices, because it's never too much, it's really nicely balanced, and it gives a little touch to the fragrance. It's a fragrance that for me leaves a very long lasting sillage. Like, I mean, personally on me, it's a fragrance I got a lot of compliment from, because it's projecting and leave a strong sillage around me, which is really nice. I would say compared to the other one, it's definitely a bit more romantic. I feel for me, if I would compare it to music, it would be a very loud classic symphony to me. It's quite an enveloping fragrance with a lot of powderiness, and you've got that peachy note that is really delicious, that smells nully juicy. I'm gonna show you two fragrances that's gonna come for one in the 7th position. It's Santal Blush. I've told already a lot about this one from Tom Ford. It's a bit like more unisex fragrance for this one, because you've got this sandalwood that is very sharp, just like you're burning a wood, and it's also got mixed with a lot of powderiness. So it's nearly like you took your loose powder or your blusher on top of some woods. It smells like this to me, and it's really so charming. So if you want a woody sexiness, something with a bit more depth, character, something extremely unique, you would love this one. And I love it on its own. I think it gives like such a strong character, like an oriental character. It's for someone that's got like a very, I would say, distinctive character. Not as romantic as the other one, is much more a lot of character because of the woods that are in there, but still quite powdery. What I like to do with this one, and okay, it's an expensive layering, but if you have the occasion to do that, trust me, you're gonna love it. So I have some sample at home, so I still have the occasion to do it. But you've got Jasmin Rouge from Tom Ford that I mix on top of that. So I put that on my pulse point and I spray all over Jasmin Rouge. And the Jasmin Rouge is a very sexy fragrance as well. I think it's a jasmine that is very full on, rich and enveloping, and it enveloped this fragrance in such a unique way. So I really recommend that if you have the occasion to do it. Next one is, sorry for the forbidden word, but but it's Putain des Palaces by État Libre d'Orange, and this is a fragrance that is for me extremely unique. I personally adore it. It's a very sheer fragrance that smells a lot like violet, iris like, powdery like, and violet smells like ultra, usually smell like a bonbon, a bit lipstickly. This one is more like a veil of violet, which I really enjoy to wear. It's really like an inviting fragrance. Obviously it's not romantic, with the name like that you can't be romantic. In a palace for sure, in Versailles, but doing something quite naughty, that's for sure. It's very distinctive, it's very unique, and you've got a touch of ginger in there that is uplifting also the violet. So it's not just a violet scent, you've got like a much more darkness, but it stays quite sheer on the skin, which I think is so lovely. Number 9 is something, the only fragrance I will talk in this scent that I've talked in my latest playlist, top 10 sexiest scent for men, and it's Oud for Greatness by Initio. This one is coming as well, so I can't wait. First of all, I think for me that's one of the best oud fragrance I never smelled. If you don't really like oud, you might enjoy this one. You've got a oud that is nicely balanced with something a bit more medicinal, I would say, but not in a bad way. There's this touch of lavender that gives like an herbaceous tone to this oud, so it feels a bit like very like soothing, relaxing oud. You've got a bit of sweetness as well, roundness to this oud that don't make it animalic at all to me, not too much at least. So it's a really nicely balanced oud, but is giving like an amazing sillage. It's such an intoxicating fragrance, but ultra sexy, ultra sexy. Well, I think for me oud will be always sexy, but this one is nice because usually I don't really enjoy when the oud is too animalic, but for me this one is like, I mean, trust me on that, you won't regret if you're trying this one, that's for sure. I mean, it's my one of my favorite of my last year discovery for sure. Number 10 is a discovery as well that I've done at the beginning of the year, and a new fragrance from Lush, and it's Sappho, and this one smells like a dirty jasmine, I would say. It's got nearly like something a bit synthetic inside, nearly smells petrol like a little bit inside with the jasmine, and this is what I like about it, because it's so it's a jasmine that is not romantic at all. It's much more powerful, sexy, ambery, and with that touch of animalic and that grassy, oily, very oily jasmine. Oh, and that is so powerful as well. And yeah, it nearly smells a bit very sharp, nearly like it's tickling you on the skin. And you have definitely that vibe, very, I would say, a bit more sexual. Definitely, you can smell that type of vibe. Like for me, like this is not a date at the restaurant for me, Sappho, unless you want to have a nice evening after, but this is more something very voila. And by the way, I really recommend you to have a try in Lush fragrance, because I have like a few of them. I've got 5, and I think they're really great, and they have their touch, like it's some fragrance that I never smelled before. Alright, so I've done 10 fragrance, but I've got a few honorable mentions that I didn't mention in there, but because I've talked about it before, I won't add it on this list, but definitely thinking of them, I think of my Cherzo. Cherzo from Mailer Harris. This is a rosewood that smells a bit green, that is so intoxicating, extremely sexy in every occasion. It's one of my favorite fragrance. I think of Prada La Femme, but the intense one that smells much more oh, I love it, by the way. Oh, a bit more sugary, a bit more, it's an elegant sweetness, I would say, a very deep one, and I love that. You've got Grand Soir. Ladies, go for that if you want like a very ambery fragrance, very oriental, that smells just like amber, but with a lot of depth and contrast, and it's moving and it's sexy and it's luxurious. It's one of my favorite fragrance as well. I'm thinking, let me read my notes, because I've wrote something and I want to think about it. Satin Mood, again from MFK, Musc Ravageur from Frédéric Malle, but again I've talked about those in the last video. And there's a lot of Prada Candy as well. I think it's quite sexy, even though it would need a bit more depth to be very ultra sexy. That's why I didn't put it, but I think it's a really nice fragrance that I love to smell a bit more girly sexy. Yeah, ladies, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're a man as well, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe you learn about some more about ladies fragrance, or you want to do a gift. For me, that's such a pleasure always to film, and especially in those times, it really uplifts my mood. So I hope you enjoy. Please leave me a little comment to tell me if you try some of the fragrance, if you what you want to see more on my channel, whatever you like. I'm always happy to answer to you, and it's a pleasure to read you as well. So, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I really encourage you as well to activate the little bell, because I don't know what I'm posting at the moment. It's really like my schedule is all over the place, and I think you can relate. So yeah, so that's it now, and I will see you very soon. Also, for the men in this video, no worries, you're gonna have a lot of lovely things for you next week. So have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye now.